Hi, I'm Christopher Marson, and in this video I'm going to be discussing why Antifa should really be called Profa. Now, as you can see behind me, I'm at the beautiful lake behind my house, and I thought, just out of decency and out of just the desire to protect the sanctity of the land that I live on, and to protect the sanctity of America, the original America that my ancestors have known and your ancestors have known, that we do something revolutionary, that we speak on a topic that is crushing the very fabric of America. We have to make sure that everything we do is made in light of how it will affect others around us, how it will affect our children, and how is it a reflection of the past. Now, this may seem a little too passionate for some small protester group that likes to disrupt freedom of speech in an effort to claim that they are essentially fighting fascism, if that makes any sense whatsoever, but we're going to talk about it. Now, Antifa kind of rose to fame after they solidly and profusely basically went against Trump on many of his issues, and they basically were attacking Trump. And what we see is that they're preventing many different speakers from speaking on college campuses all around mostly the West, and also there's pretty much protests everywhere. We see that they've disrupted speeches and lectures of Milo Yiannopoulos and Ben Shapiro and other right-wing, right-leaning speakers. Now, fascism, as a dictionary defines, is essentially moving towards a position of power, dictatorial power. Now, anyone in their right mind, anyone who loves freedom, is against that. That's why it's absolutely ridiculous that these people are calling Trump a fascist. However, the very politicians that they support and the very politicians that they want to be in power are essentially fascist. Almost every politician in America moves to make power moves. They move to gain power constantly. They move to protect that power constantly. That is the definition of fascism. So it baffles me that these Antifa protesters can literally protect almost everyone and protect our freedoms and protect these established people. But the minute Trump gets in power, who's non-establishment, who in essence is the very definition of non-fascism, since he doesn't move to protect his power. In fact, he's very against the established power in America, the established ruling class. He is completely outside of that, and they move against him like he is one of them. They're attacking the very thing that they should not be attacking. In fact, they're attacking the thing that they should be protecting. Antifa moves against anyone whose speech they do not like. They move against anyone that they think is saying something that is dangerous or fascist. But when you prevent something as sacred as speech in America, a very freedom that America was founded upon, what we see is that they're doing fascist acts by nature. Their actions are fascist. That's why Antifa should be called Profa, is because what they're doing is they're attacking freedom of speech, they're attacking freedom of the press, they're attacking freedom of pretty much anything that they disagree with. They're very against diverse freedoms and diverse beliefs. They're seeking to protect a power which has not been protected. They're seeking to protect a leftist power that got defeated by Donald Trump in 2016. And that's why it's just utterly unbelievable to me that I can scroll through Twitter or any of these social medias and I see people protecting Antifa for their beliefs. And what I see from this is essentially that you can't protect Antifa. How can you look at them pummeling journalists and look at them being violent in their natures and pretty much dealing, pretty much bringing AK-47s and different weaponry of all different kinds to protest? How can you look at that and say that they're not violent, that they're a peaceful protest? You can't. Anyone who says that is just out of their mind completely. They're insane. They're moronic. So what I have to say in conclusion is that in America, we have to work very hard to protect our freedoms, because we're coming to a day and age when the freedoms that we have sought to protect are being removed from under us. Like, I don't know, from like Looney Tunes, when you see them remove the carpet and they just pummel. That's what's happening to America. And as Americans, it is our duty to be patriotic in the sense that we protect our freedoms. We protect what the founding fathers have given us over 200 years ago. Because if we don't protect those, and we let our freedoms be the subject to corrupt politicians and corrupt lawmakers and people of the left who care nothing about your personal freedom to speak, but their freedom not to be offended, if that even exists, is disappearing. We need to protect America, we need to protect the ideologies of America, and we can't let a fascist organization claiming they're anti-fascist kind of define who's the bad guy and who's the good guy in this political arena and in this American spectrum. We cannot do that whatsoever. So I urge you, whenever you see someone attacking speech or attacking different freedoms while claiming to do so, completely discard it as any kind of validation that what they're doing is correct. Yes, it is Antifa's freedom to protest, of course. But the minute they start being violent and the minute that their beliefs are pretty much against freedom of speech, then it's not okay. It's simply not. So I just want you guys just to think about that a little bit and to realize that we have to watch what we believe in. We have to watch what we're being desensitized to. We have to watch where America is going. Because if we don't watch where America is going, other people are going to watch where America is going, and they're going to steer the direction of our country. If we let the wrong person steer, then we're all screwed. And that's something that we have to remember on a daily basis. Thank you.